The North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, said it intercepted 2 Russian bombers that flew close to Alaska. NORAD said the Russian planes were intercepted by 2 U.S. Air Force F-16s on October 17th. However, NORAD said that the 2 Russian bomber planes didn't enter U.S. airspace. NORAD, a joint U.S.-Canada Air Defense Agency, said the Russian activity was not seen as a threat. NORAD added that it detected, tracked, positively identified, and intercepted the Tu-95 bomber planes, as per reports. Russia's Tupolev Tu-95 bomber planes are capable of carrying heavy payloads over long distances. The Tupolev Tu-95 bomber has a length of 151 feet and a wingspan of 164 feet. The Russian plane weighs 90,000 kilograms when it's empty and has a maximum speed of about 900 kilometers per hour. The plane can fly up to 15,000 kilometers on internal fuel and requires a crew of 6 to 7 operators. U.S. officials said the 2 Russian bombers were operating within the Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ. ADIZ is a perimeter in which air traffic is monitored beyond the border of national airspace to provide additional reaction time. However, the U.S. didn't say precisely how far the Russian bombers were from the American airspace. U.S. Pentagon spokesperson Brigadier General Pat Ryder said the incident remained safe and professional. General Ryder added that such interactions over international waters near Alaska occur regularly. NORAD said the Russian aircraft never came close to entering U.S. airspace, which extends around 22 kilometers from U.S. shores. NORAD said it uses a combination of satellites, ground-based and airborne radars, and jets to monitor activities within the ADIZ. The command said it was prepared to employ a number of response options in defense of North America and Arctic sovereignty. On September 11, NORAD said it tracked 2 Russian maritime patrol aircraft flying in international airspace off Alaska's coast. The U.S. had also reported 3 similar incidents in August this year. The U.S. Coast Guard had also spotted Russian and Chinese ships off the coast of Alaska in September. The encounter comes amid escalating tensions between Russia and the U.S. over the Ukraine war. The U.S. and its European allies have imposed increasingly severe economic sanctions on Moscow. Recently, Russian officials have made statements threatening to reclaim Alaska, which the U.S. bought from Russia in 1867. Volodin suggested that Moscow could take back Alaska in retaliation for the economic sanctions imposed on Russia. The Russian lawmaker reportedly also said that his deputy had proposed holding a referendum in Alaska. Soon after Volodin's statement, several billboards proclaiming "Alaska is ours" were sighted in Russia. Russian politicians have often called for the return of Alaska to Russian control. In March, Russian State Duma member Oleg Matveyev also called on the Kremlin to reclaim Alaska. The Russian State Duma member Oleg Matveyev said, and I quote, "We should be thinking about reparations from the damage that was caused by the sanctions and the war itself, because that too costs money and we should get it back," unquote. Matveyev said he wanted all Russian properties to be returned after US slapped sanctions on Moscow for invading Ukraine. Experts say that a conflict over Alaska's ownership could spark a dreaded military war between Russia and the US.